My name is Shantonia Walker. Here is my student ID. I will be using these note cards, and I will now be beginning my persuasive speech. Are you pro-life or pro-choice? Whichever side you stand on, here are some of the best quotes to sum up both sides of this controversial topic, according to notablequotes.org. Former President Ronald Reagan said, "I noticed that everybody that is for abortions has already been born." In contrast to what I interpreted as either pro-choice or pro-life statement is a quote by renowned poet Dr. Seuss, who told millions of children worldwide that a person is a person, no matter how small. A religious pro-lifer can most likely be quoted to say, "Abortion interferes with God's plan, a plan God willed before he created the universe. Abortion is a violation of God-given life." And finally, to sum up the various quotes on the debate of being in favor or against abortion is my personal favorite that offers a pro-choice emphasis from a female perspective, which goes, "Frankly, I adore your catchy slogan, adoption, not abortion." Although no one has been able to figure out, even with expert counseling, how to use adoption as a method of birth control or what time of the month it's most effective. By Barbara Ehrenreich. Whether you're pro-choice or pro-life, I do not care. By the end of this speech, you will agree that regardless of what side of the argument you are on, one thing that we all should be able to agree on is that a man cannot carry a child, and nor can he experience an abortion. Therefore, this conversation is none of man's business, and men should not be allowed to chime in or vote on abortion rights. After the Texas Senate bill SB 8, known as the Heartbeat Bill, which bans abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy, was passed, the Maneater.com columnist Abigail Ramirez responded with her feelings towards the bill. She stated, "To uphold the American right to life and liberty, cis men should not have any power in deciding what women can or cannot do with their bodies." She continues by saying that an abortion is a woman's choice and a woman's experience. Only women should be able to vote on issues that concern only their bodies. And cis men, not cis men. She then ends this call out by stating, "Cis men need to step aside and realize that abortion is a woman's experience and that while they're entitled to their own opinions, they do not have the right to choose on behalf of women. It's simply wrong." Women are minority on the Senate and congressional level, according to current numbers from the Center for American Women in Politics. These are the levels at which abortion policies are approved or denied, and with men being the majority vote holders, they are making the decisions on what the minority can or cannot do. Men cannot carry babies, which means they cannot experience an abortion. So why are they allowed not only to vote, but to represent the majority and minority in an issue that does not impact them? If you want to know the numbers, 144 women make up 26.9% of the 535 Congress seats. 24 women make up 24% of 100 Senate seats. As previously stated, the minority. In the Man-Eater article aforementioned, Ramirez says, "Cis men choosing what women can do with their bodies is just a strung out, silent version of male domination and control over women." Really, maybe that's what it's all about. Sexism continues to prove itself to be a systemic problem in our country, and this is just one example. Cis men feel the need to control women's bodies and make decisions for them. Male supremacy is being weeded out, so they're clinging to what they can. In turn, they're taking women's rights to their own body away. And she's not wrong. Men are currently controlling the direction of abortion rights on a non-Senate and congressional level as well. They're taking up majority of the vote, even in hypothetical cases. In a poll presented by news.gallup.com about Americans' self-identified position on abortion in 2021, 545 men identified as pro-life, making up about 53% of the vote of the 1,016 total people asked. In the current COVID-19 era, we've been exposed to individuals who place themselves in two groups when it comes to whether or not to take the vaccine. Pay attention to this clipping. These individuals identify as either pro-vaccine or anti-vaccine. Those who are called anti-vaxxers pride themselves on being against the vaccine because the government is not allowed to police their body. As illustrated in the political cartoon received from LegrandObserver.com, my body, my choice is not just in regard to whether one will or will not take the COVID vaccine. If one doesn't want their body being policed into taking the COVID-19 vaccine, then why are women's bodies being policed over whether they should or should not be allowed their right to have an abortion? In sum, it takes two to create a life. And while both man and woman come together to make a baby, only a woman carries it for 9 months. Only a woman experiences the physical, emotional, and mental changes that are experienced during the 266 days of forming a life. While labor pain in the birth process is only a woman's experience. So if a man's involvement in the birth process ends shortly after the sexual encounter, then why are we including them on the conversation of abortion rights? If men cannot experience an abortion, then why are they allowed to approve or disapprove on a woman's right to have one? Her body equals her choice. So pro-life, pro-choice, neither, both, who cares? However, it is one thing to think about something and another to act on behalf of women based on a man's own opinion of something they will never have to undergo. Thank you.